And it's about time we go live. I am Rimia today. Rimia is the one in full force today. We have fixed the problems that we had with the last video. I have models here that are planned on all being painted. But what we're going to do, so I know something I was doing wrong yesterday, like when I rewatched the video, outside of the sound and all that kind of stuff, is I couldn't go from model to model to model. So I was just doing this big thing. So a lot of the details got lost when it dried. Like, it still looks good. I'm still going to use it. I'm not going to change it. But I wasn't happy. So we're going to try to do this again today. And I might cancel that video if this one turns out well beforehand. But today we are doing 3 heroes from the Goldvein. I guess I go over here. The Curse of Goldvein. Wow. I am not doing lighting well today. Curse of Goldvein, Artisan Guild pack. So they're all undead dwarfs. And I know 2 of their names. I know Vraka and Volgar. This is Volgar here. Vraka is the pinup. The reason I have this bright light on is because, like last time, I couldn't see worth crap. So we're going to have me playing around with the light a little bit, trying to get a better lighting. But hopefully you can see that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go from each using 1 paint at a time. That's not the paint I want. I want the one with a little more green. What is it? Caribbean or Rages. So, all right. So my plan is I want to do the dead flesh with one of these. These are speed paint by Army Painter. And like, I really like how this works. I use these for ghosts. But I wanted to try to do like the Draugr. So they have this like almost icy feel. I think it's Raging Sea I wanted to. I was looking at my ghosts earlier. Hold on 1 second. I am going to turn my mic down a little bit. But I'm thinking pretty high. There we go. Sorry, I'm doing this all by myself. I have no way to get to the mic or to get to the settings and all that kind of stuff. So I'm watching it peak with every like word I'm saying. I'm using a pair of toner mics, as you can see, ASMR mics. I was actually just going to try the ASMR, but my fridge was being picked up way too heavily. But yeah, so I tried to remember which one was that I used for my ghosts, or I used all 3 of my speed paints, but which one was the blue I wanted? And it was whichever has the more green, so hopefully this is it. If not, well, we'll do something else in it. So you don't water this down. If you've never used like a speed paint or like contrast or anything like that, you don't water it down. You actually just go in on it and, you paint. And what it does is it's designed to basically fill in the gaps, go into the colored areas, or go into the recesses and be darker in those, but lighter in the upper regions. Or, the higher region, or the higher spots on the model. That's the word I'm looking for, the higher spots. So surfaces, and hopefully you guys can't hear my AC running, because it's warm for me. Now, is it warm? No, I just run really hot. So yeah, so you just do like 1 solid coat with it. But like the idea I had is like these are Draugr. These are like undead dwarfs. Or like these are dwarf Draugr, I should say at that. These are undead dwarfs. Even the beauty is an undead dwarf. So my idea is I want them to have kind of like a bluish skin. Reflecting like the undead. Now I'm doing the speed paint first because otherwise it will be stuff stinks. Yeah, see my brush is a little splayed. Let me fix my brush really quick. But yeah, I'm doing the speed paint first because otherwise you're not going to get this like same effect if I do it second. You need like a lighter color for your base coat for or your prime for it. You do it just right on the prime. Um, I just realized I'm making them Smurfs. You know what though? I like it. I like the idea of them being blue. Now, as you can tell, I didn't do. Hold on, let me. This is going to drive me nuts until I move it to a better spot. How's that? There we go. So as you can tell, I did this, or the blue, is when it starts to dry, it'll dry into the crevices and stuff darker and dry into the higher areas lighter. My hope is I can get through like the models on just a little bit, or get through one model while the other model dries, basically. And yeah, I'm doing very big color blocking and stuff. Um, as we said last video, if you got through last video, I am sorry about the quality of that one. I messed up on some of the sound stuff. I actually started this stream a little sooner than I did last stream. Or sorry. Tells you how used I am streaming. Oh, I forgot to mute my phone. I started this video way earlier. I'm still getting some sales, but at least I can see now. Yesterday was a mess. Yes, I did that yesterday. Oh, maybe I didn't start this as early as I thought. Because it's 4 in the morning. Yesterday was kind of a mess. Because I was not prepared. There's part of me that was like, oh, sitting here thinking, oh, just stop that video from being launched because I'm not happy with it. But you know what? I don't care. Not that I don't care, but I don't care that it's not the best quality. I don't care it's not. I just care that I did it. I'm happy that I put something out. And that's all I need to remember. Because like when I saw the model, and like this was a debate I had when I saw the model. Fully painted, fully dried, I did last night. Or I should say Edwis did. We'll talk about that a little bit too. I'm like, man, I thought I did better on it. And I didn't do horrible. It's not like it's an ugly model. It's one I will use. I'll be proud to have on my tabletop. But I was like, man, I did all these layers. I did all this work for hours. And because of how not dry the model was, the paint was, stuff just didn't pick up. Like the dry brush wasn't as heavy as I thought. And I couldn't see that I wasn't doing it last night because I didn't have light. So, thing to remember, guys, if you want to do cool models and you want them to look good, make sure you have some lighting. All right, I have some supports here I didn't break up. I didn't see. So all right, thing to show you guys really quick. I printed these in the ABS, like, red translucent resin, water washable resin. It's the same stuff I used for the last video, the Elegoo ABS, like, I like this resin. But one issue I'm having with these like translucent resins, I can't see what the stuff looks like before I prime it. I just realized I completely made them nude underneath. Actually, yeah, I like this paint for this. It's cool. So yeah. So it gets funny because it'll be like, oh hey, I missed supports. Like this one I missed some supports, or like yeah, we're painting his whole face blue, but that's because how this works now. As I said before, I don't think of myself as the greatest painter. Now, friends want me to do stuff, and I really want to do some videos because the more you practice, the better you get. So this is partially me practicing and getting better. This is partially me showing you my process for how I do things. I like to color block and or find out the details and then all that kind of fun stuff. But someone might do something else. I have to adjust my. I can adjust in post. I think it'll be fine when I go edit it. All right, so I'm already liking how he's turning out. I think Volgar might be my leader for this when I do guilds. but I think Volgar is turning out how I want. I brought more organized paints. I did a lot different, like when I was post what I was doing yesterday. So Vraka looks pretty much like she's trying. Like you could kind of see what I mean by this. This was a little darker than I thought it was going to be, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll work with it. Now I had the idea from their actual site to do like a carrion flesh, or where was it? Or like kind of want to try the khaki for their cloth bits because like get the creepy kind of. And this like by the way, this light, my hot light might go off. I didn't charge the battery that long. But yeah, get creepy look. We got our good old necromancer's cloak here. I'm doing things backwards. Then we got some brown so I could do the bone details, but looks like I'm going to have to search for what I want to do for the armor. Because for some reason, I wasn't thinking about the armor. We could, those kind of broad parts, use the pastel lavender. I don't think that'll look good though. I think purple would be sharp, but I don't think that's the purple I want. Like, we could do this purple here. This is with purple by Green Stuff World. This stuff's cool, though it comes off looking a little like rubber. I don't know if that's what I want for like this curious armor. Oh, we'll try it. Or we could just do metal underneath the bone. We'll try it. We'll see what we want to do. She's our canary in the coal mine first. Really. Alright, let's see. Let's try this lighter flesh tone. This the Dead Flesh by Avy. Avy's Army Painter? I don't know. I think it's Army Painter. So this is just a standard paint. This isn't a speed paint. So you know how we're doing. We're going to thin it. We're going to get ready. This is a coarse detail brush I'm going to be using. I always use detail brushes. I like smaller brushes. As I said though, I do suck, so bear with me. I shouldn't say I suck. I should say, I get good enough to play on the game board. Ooh, I kind of like that. It's a little more yellow than I wanted, but... Sorry, my phone started going off. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, shoot. We missed a spot on her thigh. We missed a spot! This isn't something I can, like, just touch up on. I actually have to do it right away. Because I missed a part on her thigh. I was about to come into it. You know what I was saying about, like, oh, hey, I should wait until it dries. I just completely screwed that up. That's fine. That should be good. She was going to be my leader. She's got some cool rules. I'm kind of super glad they gave the pinups rules too. Like, a lot of the pinups have rules in the game. It's not just, oh, the masculine. Because I guess this has its own issues too, because you got the hypersexualized feminine models. But, like, the pinups are cool models. Especially when you get later on. Like, early on, yeah, I could see, like, oh, it's just a stereotypical pinup. Later on, they start to actually get really cool. I know it's a little bit off camera, but that's because I'm trying to be careful with her breastplate. So far, this is very small detail. Oops. That's why I was trying to be careful. I always keep like a slightly wet brush. Or a brush at the ready where I can just like, oh, I missed, or I went over a spot. Let's just go back on. So yeah, I did the bra and the, or not bra, the chest plate and the chainmail bikini or leather bikini. In the same color as the cloak. I don't know why. It just seemed right to me. I'm going to do the bracers and the boots in the darker. Same with her shoulder pad. I miss a spot on her arm. We're probably going to use a bone coloring of some form or some lighter coloring for the hair on not only her but the other guys, because these are, as I said, Draugr. Like, it's hardcore. They're undead. It's one of the things I really like about this set because undead dwarfs, just like a faction of undead dwarfs, just something you don't always see. I do like this yellowish color for their robes, and I'll do the darker green. I actually look for like a dead flesh green or whatever, or like a green dead flesh. But yeah, so I do have to thank you, especially if you saw the other video and you still came in. I have to thank you for coming in and watching this one. I actually opted out of using my own voice. I have one for each of the me's that might be streaming or recording video. Sorry, I'm so used to streaming. I'm saying streaming. That but I'm actually using Sunda's today because I want clarity, and I think Sunda's is probably the most clear. And like, we gave everyone a voice, and like all of me, I don't know how to best describe this. So I mentioned this on the in the title, but like, not only am I non-binary, I am a system. I am not upset about that. I thought it'd be cool to be doing what I love, but being open about who I am. I'm not going to hide that. But all that being said, it doesn't have any bearing on what we're doing today. I'm just kind of chatting away. I forgot to show you what I did on that. Now his chainmail bikini will do the same thing on. See, like, I like Volgar more. And like, I probably will be using Volgar. We'll be doing details on the belt a little better. Right now we're just getting the color blocking and basic colors on. Yeah. So I'm actually I really love this model. Oops, I am not even pointing it to the camera. I really love this model. If you can see it, there it goes better like there. This is such a cool piece. This whole set is. We're going to have Draugr to paint from it. I have a catapult that has to be painted from it. Did I not paint the inside of the cloak? Oh no, because I'm painting a different color. Okay. We have a catapult we'll be doing from it. We have some Draugr. We have the king, which I'll probably record the king tomorrow, to be completely honest. But the idea is we're going to be doing them, the Doomlocks. I got some stuff from Titan Forge I want to do too, but the whole idea is I want to do a series of cool models. I need to stop reaching in front of the camera. So like quicksand brown, maybe. No, I want red. I want like a reddish brown. But this here is my favorite reddish brown. Uh sorry, I'm using a cheaper camera. It's called Redwood Brown. But I don't use it for certain things. I use it for skin tones. And so what happens is I use a lot of it because it is my favorite skin tone to use. I do a lot darker skin models a lot of times. It's just because that's why I prefer to paint. I don't like doing light tones because one, I started with Games Workshop paint, and Games Workshop paint sucks. That's enough, I think. But two, you see enough like light tones. Yeah, we did clean the breath. you see enough light tones in like paint or like people painting skin and stuff. So yeah, I should go to her first. I was going to try to do this in green. I might still do the back of her cloak in green, or the greenish flesh. Got it a little thicker than I want. No, I didn't. Never mind. So redwood, I love using as a skin tone because it comes out so clean. I'll just show you the color. Let me finish that boot really quick so I don't forget, or I don't miss a spot. This is the color here. So I started using that for darker skin tones because, like, you know, once I put known oil on it, if I use known oil, it looks more like a more black skin tone. If I lighten it up some with like certain colors, it looks more like a redder skin tone, you know. So like, I was able to get a range with it, and I loved it. But like, I've unfortunately played factions where you kind of don't want a variety because like they're described as just pale. Like I played Dark Elf themed Cities of Sigmar, for instance. I still had problems with like lighter skin tones. I have a hard time painting lighter skin tones. And that's partially because I don't know. Games Workshop's pigments just kind of suck for like colors, you know? And that could just be a skill issue, but you know, if I'm spending my money on paint or time, whatnot, then yeah. And let you guys know, you know, I'll use this moment to also advertise a little bit. We will be having videos go up early on Patreon, specifically some Orc Month videos coming up. I got some piggy orcs I can't wait to paint. Then I'm going to get up there. I'm going to try to get a bunch of videos up on things early because I've noticed that if I don't, and I don't have the bursts of energy like I'm having this week, I won't get stuff done. So I'm going to try to get like a bunch of paint videos finished and uploaded for different schedules. But we're going to have Patreon videos where we're doing the videos early. So if you're excited about pig orcs, especially about orcs, there will be some orky videos coming out soon. Or on there. And for those of you who don't want to sign up for the Patreon, they'll be coming out next month. Or not next month, 2 months from now. Sorry. I had to think about that. And for those of you who don't care, you're just going to watch these when they come out. That's awesome too. I don't know. I'm just thinking random words and thoughts. This is cool. Alright, so I am going to do his cape, like the greenish color. I don't know what I'm doing for the inside ropes yet, but that's why I'm allowing it to leak over. I have a cool idea I'm going to do. Oh, I missed some of his skin. Let me get his skin before I continue on. One thing I like about resin models is the pre-assembly, post-assembly debate is non-existent because this model pretty much came in one piece except for its hands. Like literally, the only things on this model that were actually separate were the hands. So I can't be like, oh, hey, I could do this pre-assembly. I couldn't. There was no pre-assembly. Or there was, but not anything worthwhile. That's kind of cool. So we're going to go over with like a green think I'm going to try, not elf green. There is a green in the Army Painter's Zombie that I thought about. Oh, it's lucky, so it's white. No, not white. Doesn't have a cap signifier, but has white cap, so. Necromancer Cloak, no. Not Wolf Gray. Wolf Gray's not bad, though. Not Leather Brown. Not Abomination Red. That's pretty much what I'm using already. Might just be Elf Green I'm looking at. It's Necromancer's Cloak. Yeah, we'll just pull that Elf Green over there. Unless I'm thinking in the Goblin color. So I have a Goblin kit. I have we'll grab a Sepia too. There we go. Alright. So, what we're doing? Oh, yeah, the red. Now we're on him. See, he's got a little more detail I want to do. I guess I could be. Alright, here, really quickly before I continue, just so you can see what I'm doing. I just realized I hadn't been showing you guys. So that's her so far. It's a little rough, but you'll see why. I'm going to clean it up, don't worry. And him so far. Kind of see where I'm going with that. Because I'm doing color blocking right now before anything. I'm like getting the basic idea of where the colors are and what colors go where. This is how I tend to speed paint myself. Like if I'm doing a whole batch, this is how I do it. I'll do 1 or 2 models at a time, 3, 4, sometimes as high as 12. That's why I get nothing done. But I'll do a single color at a time, go from model to model. We actually got a lot of details to do on this guy for reasons. And like there'll be a point where I'm like looking at the model, I'm like, this looks horrible. And then there'll be a point where I look at the model, it's like, oh, I'm so happy I did this model. My AC turned off because it's below the temperature I set it at. I am kind of sad about that. So what I'm doing is there's wood on the shield. It's one of my favorite things about the field. It's like bone on wood, right? So there. See where I'm going with that. His shoulder pad too. Cool. Look at that wood on the shoulder pad. I love that. I know wood armor is not super efficient, but no, we're dealing with undead dwarves. I don't care what's realistic. There we go. Now, did he have wood on his shoulder pad? Yes, he did. Oh, cool. Now you might be asking yourself, when is Rimia going to acknowledge the fact of the bones? Bones are one of my favorite things to paint. And like I'm sitting here debating, should I dry brush it with the red or should I use a different tone? Just because if I do it with the red, it kind of will wreck my blocking for visual sake, you know? But if I don't, I might forget it. But I like, alright, so I like going with a bone, a yellowish or off white, a red, or a reddish brown, yellowish off white to go back to bone. It's like what I like to do. When I would do all layers of dry brush. And I will purposely go heavier in some areas. And it's always turned out well for me for that. 60 so far. Like, obviously, isn't the only colors we're doing. But let's actually... Can I turn this up? I'm going to turn this a little bit over this way. Hopefully I'm not washing everything out. We're going to play around with everything for the first few videos. Just to let you know, we're going to try to figure out what's the best setting. How to make things look pretty. That kind of stuff, right? I guess we should start working on the bone. So originally what I got for the bone, not the redwood. I just did the redwood. But I keep on putting my arm in front. So originally I was going to do scorched wood, quick damp brown, and then return to that's the one I put there. Then go to the faint white. That's kind of the bone coloring I want to do. That's why I like to do. We're going to kind of start with that scorched brown on. Or scorched wood brown. You're going to notice when it comes to like how I paint, it's going to be really weird. Or at least in my opinion. It's not... I kind of learned how to paint round, I think. But, you know, it works for me. Oh, yeah, it's in there. Ah, that's way too much. Sorry, that was loud. But I do what works for me. I do how it works with me. What brushes I use are what work for me. That's what's important, you know? Like, this is my experience, how I do it. I mean, look, I'm using a cheese wheel box for my palette. You might be asking yourself, Ribia, but what are you doing? That's an axe head. Yes, it's a bone axe head. Like, that's one thing I've noticed is like a lot of the weaponry, like a lot of the dwarf weaponry, when you look at in Artisan Guild is bone. You know, it just hit me. I could probably move where the table is, it wouldn't make much of a difference. I'm just stubborn. Sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing with the light where it was. But if you can see, like, that is washing her out like crazy. Hold on, y'all, I'm changing the light around. Well, that worked well. See a little better, but you can see it's like really brown there. That's not working well with me. Oh, there we go, my arms. Hold on. Kind of show where she's turning out. That light is... I thought it was a good idea. I was wrong! I don't know why I'm doing the bone first. I gotta move that light. I can't see. I'll be 100% honest. I like my videos being a little scuffy. Anyways, like, to me, it just feels more authentic when I scuff my videos up. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just very scuffed. But, it makes me feel like I'm being more authentic. When I'm not hiding, like, through editing or whatnot. See, do I want... Here, let's try this for his, inner cloak, since he's got this inner cloak stuff here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you like that, don't you, Mr. Necromancer? I don't know. Don't mind me. There we go so far. So I was worried the brown would get lost in there, but I think it turns out well. For the most part. Let me move the light. Not that way. Move the light this way. So you guys can see. There'll be a point where we definitely have everything figured out. And hopefully that point comes sometime this week where it just gets like basically like, oh hey, this is how I want to do these videos. This is how the videos work for me, you know? Is it today? No, probably not. I miss a few of his bones. The guy I just did, I mean. Is it today? No, it's definitely not today. Now you may ask yourself, well, why'd you bother doing all that red? No, you don't ask yourself that because you know the answer to that one. I don't know. I'm just trying to talk here. I'm just filling the air with that question. And his little shoulder pad. That wasn't dry enough. The head of his hammer. There we go. Yeah. This portion of his pauldron. Now, this stuff I actually do want the brown. Almost forgot to layer on his all of their drinking horns. Jeez. I'm getting that way too heavy on his belt. Way too heavy on the belt. Hold on. Cool. So, see what I mean by it looks ugly at first, but by the time it's done, it will look a lot better. I figure a lot of you probably know this. I'm probably preaching to the crowd here, but I'm partly saying that for my own good. Because when I do this, I tend to get a little more nervous. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit, I think. Yeah, is it time for the green? Where is that green? That's the flesh we use. I keep on reaching right in front of y'all. I'm sorry. These are actually the first 3 of the set that I've ever painted. Now I painted others by this company because like I really like Artisan Guild. I did their whole gnome set, or just about their whole gnome set. I haven't done the um. I've only done one of the leaders, and I haven't done the pinup or the cavalry. But like everything else, I did really do on their set. I loved it. All right, let's try to get this pretty dry. So I just want to get kind of a khaki-ish yellow. Not quite khaki, like I'm not going to go over with khaki, but that is not sticking. Remember what I said before about how I didn't let the other one dry? No, I let this dry. It's just coming in. I got a little too wet. Show you what I mean. I got a little too wet. And I got a hair in there. One of my wife's hairs. I don't know how. My wife has the prettiest black hair. I guess that is the color I wanted, actually. So why am I complaining? Because it's coming out a lot more watery than I wanted. Shit. Or, I mean, poop. What sucks is I don't edit. So, whatever I do here... Oh, we missed a spot. I forgot I wanted to do her horn. With this brown. Brown. There we go. Oh, shoot. So, like, I do a lot of... I stream on Twitch, right? That's my main income. Not profitable on Switch, but that's what I do with my life. But so I get to cuss all the time on there and stuff, right? Can't do that here. Powers of B frown on it here, which is fine. I mean, there's issues with banning swearing on videos that aren't targeted for children, but it's fine. Alright, so now we got the green for him. I'm glad I did decide to go with that green. I don't know what I'm going to do with her pauldron, though. Like, I keep on skipping because I know I want to do something, but I don't know what. So this elf flesh is not as green as I thought it would be. Basically, there was a zombie side set, and I got a pretty good detail. Like, the game store I got at had it on like 50% off sale, so I got like a set of like 8 paints or whatever for like 10-12 bucks. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to pass that up, especially since I'm always looking for colors I need. And greens, I do like my greens. The problem is, I gotta just see something about the self flush because this is coming off really weird. For the self green, I mean. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a khaki color, looks like, or like a not khaki, but like an olive green. But it's coming on so thin. But it is giving me the color I want. That's the thing. Maybe I should stop complaining. I think I'm just more worried about how it's going to turn out in the end because it's kind of coming out thin and grainy. I don't think I shook it enough, but you know, if I can make it look good, that's all that matters. Or if I can make it look playable. See, you can see kind of what I'm saying. You're really seeing the brush strokes with it. Let's see if I can take a dry. I didn't watch that brush enough. Oh, there goes my light. Told you guys that light would go off. Now we're pretty much doing this blind. So that worked good. Might just be my one light went off. Yeah, we will be right back. I'm not going to cut the stream. I'll be talking to you guys while I do it, but we're going to try to plug in a different light really quick because I am blind right now. Slam. Hoping I don't knock the computer off. Grabbing the desk lamp. Don't plug in over here. That's a bad spot for that. As it said, as we do these through the weeks, things will become better and better. For now, we are just kind of doing them a little bit. Ooh, that is bright. Let's see how well you can see from. See a little better. I am sorry if that's too bright for you guys. Honestly, I think it's actually way brighter than I expected in a good way. And now I can actually see what I'm doing. I had a feeling that hot lamp wasn't going to last that long. So I'm smoothing this out now. Kind of like how it's turning out. Now, I'm really bad at eyes, so we're probably going to skip doing eyes when we do these, just to let you know. I don't have a say enough hand. So I've talked about this before. Kind of want to talk about again. Like, I've talked about this on stream, but, like, I always accredit. I had a really bad accident back in 2015, right? I've had cognitive issues ever since. But the only reason I healed the amount I healed was because of painting, or like because of miniature wargaming. So I always attribute miniature wargaming to my healing. And it's a very positive thing for me. Now, people would be like, oh, I love your paint job. I'm like sitting here like, I don't see anything special about it. You know, like, I'm just doing kind of a basic paint job. Some basic techniques. I'm not even doing some of those techniques right. You know? Like, I'm really just muscling along however works for me. Oops. Oh, no, not this shirt. Not my happy sad shirt. I can paint on all my shirts. But, like, it was, miniature painting that actually really helped me focus. And, like, we're finding, even now, like, my connection right now with, sorry. Alright. I'll explain in a second. So, we're finding that even my connection with, like, the miniature paintings and miniature printing right now has been really medical for me. I'm just, like, dipping the brush in. Like, it's been a big medical experience for me. because of some stuff I'm going through even now. Like dealing with my DID, like learning from that. I'm in therapy for that, but because it's something that me as a system, like all of me, like and enjoys. It's relaxing for us. It's a real reason I want to do this. Like we chose a couple months, and like this is what I want to do this month. This is what I want to do. Like the system worked out. We've had a hard couple years lately, and a really really hard couple years. So like I was like, well, my friend who got me my printer, he specifically noted like if it breaks, I'll make sure you can fix it. If it goes down or you need a different one, we'll do that. And like really kind of really great guy, because he stated that he's noticed how much my life's improved, like my mentality improved, stats. My wife's noticed my health's improved. My doctors have noticed the difference. Like, and it feels so silly. Like, well, what did you think? Oh, I started 3D printing. I started interacting with my hobby. And like all my doctors are like, yeah, I'll do it. You know, but like, you know, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I deserve this or that. No, this is something that saved me. And I want you guys to know that. I want to share it with you. That's why I'm doing this. It's because I want to share it with everyone. Sorry, this is getting a little hard for me to see because of where the light is. We're going to move that light around again. I can't see. Sorry. But yeah, so like, I hate to be the person that's like, oh, miniature saved me. Miniature board gaming saved me. You know? But it did. Like, that's not even a hyperbole. That's literally what happened. And it saved me then, and it saves me now. Because without it, I'd be in a state where I could barely think, where I could barely function. Without it, sorry, with that light going out, it's really causing an issue because there is not good light. Alright, houses this old just stuck in light placement. I have literally one lamp, 1, 2, 3 overhead lights, and still 90% of this place is dark. It's not like this is a huge room either. And then, of course, this table lamp here. So, like, yeah, with that one light going off is kind of. But anyways, I digress. The saving grace of miniatures. So, like, miniatures saved me in a lot of ways. Helped me survive. Helped me become capable of what I'm doing as a person. When I say what I'm doing as a person, I mean living. Just like literally living, because I wasn't recovering my cognitive function really quick when I had my injury. Like I was really, really like brutally not able to think, not able to do things. Um, I had a really serious head injury. And they don't tell you concussions suck, man. And yeah, like usually people just recover from them, but you know what I didn't do? I didn't recover from mine. I literally had to relearn how to think it, as the doctor put it. But you know what? I'm stronger because of it. I'm not going to let that be the defining action in my life. And now, if someone's having a hard time getting through that kind of stuff, let me just say, don't feel bad if you're not recovering. If you are having a hard time, because guess what? It's hard. It's a fight. It's a struggle. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's easy, just gotta let yourself go. No, screw that. It's hard. It was one of the hardest things I did in my life. But you know what? I survived. I'm here. And I have a thing that I can proudly say helped me with that. But what's funny is now that I'm in another hard point in my life, a point that is less physical, I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh, my miniatures are what's saving me again. Like before the 3D printer came in, because of our situation, I was literally most of the days just sunlocked or just like completely almost unconscious when I wasn't doing something. Because in the end, self-fulfillment's important. Self-fulfillment is so important in the concept of self-care. And we neglect that part about ourselves a lot. We neglect it. Now, mind you, this isn't medical advice. I'm not saying, oh, get into the hobby if you have a head injury. What I am going to say is, do something cognitive. I guess that's the best way I'm going to put it. Do something cognitive, something that gets you thinking, gets your head working, because that's what I did. And guess what? That's what saved me. If you're dealing with like mental illness and stuff, don't be afraid to see a therapist. Like therapy is amazing. Psychiatry is amazing. Don't be afraid of that stuff. Embrace it. But B, hobby can be the difference of things ticking and things not. You might be asking, why are you doing those boots so horribly? To that I say, because I suck. No, I say, because I'm doing the metal last. But yeah. So if I'm being sappy, I'm sorry, but that's who I am. Let's see if I can actually get the look on. So I dropped the light so far. So you guys can see. I just realized that light was in a bad spot there too. We'll find a spot for the light. But these aren't, as I mentioned, or as Ed was mentioned, I should say, these aren't for teaching you how to paint. These are basically a conversation between me and you, and just meant for us to relax, enjoy ourselves. Because in the end, I want to see your guys' works. I just realized I probably should be linking my Discord on these videos because, like, they can come in and show just how much of a better painter you are than me. I joke. I joke. I actually, I just love seeing people paint. I'm like doing all these like weird angles with the light. It's kind of funny because like that light going out. Have you seen my like really old videos? I don't know if it's on here or the Remy and Friends channel. Like my really old painting videos back when we were in Indiana. There's a bunch of stuff like this we had to do too because like that place was horrible for lighting. Like here, it's a matter of I just got to figure it out. There, it was impossible to get good lighting because that apartment sucked. It's looking cool, awesome. It's coming along. Actually, now that I got the same angle, I can kind of see what I'm doing with it. She's been the hardest one thus far. Like I'm liking how she's turning out though. I want to see if I can get a nice dry brush on the boots. There we go. But yeah, hopefully I'm audible through all this. And hopefully I'm not a big dummy dum-dum like I was last time. So when Edwards did the video last night, there was audio overlap because we had two audio sources. One with the voice changer. Oh, I gotta move this really quick because I cannot see something. I did get it there. There was the audio voice changer and then my natural voice. So what that caused is this horrible, horrible audio overlay that hopefully you guys forgive me for. I know you can't see what I'm doing here. It's not by design. I just had to get some angles. Here, I'll show you so far. We will get better lighting, or I'll do this during the day one of these days. Actually, my plan is to start doing these during the day and then printing at night. Yeah, you can see kind of how she's coming along. I think we should start with, ooh, don't fall, paints, don't fall. Think we should start with the metallics now. You lost my brush. One day, so like my wife and I, we have a goal. We have a goal that in the future we want to move to Rhinelander. Like where we're at right now, we're in a part of Wisconsin that's super, super out of the way. All the houses here are super old, you know. But we want to move to Rhinelander into a house that we own. So like right now we're helping take care of my mom. But the idea of that will be, oh hey, here is this place that's ours. You know, here's this place that is our place that we could do with what we want, put lights where we want. You know, distribute things a little easier, and we're not so hard pressed. And like this kind of what the space is for me, but like I am limited to uh sorry, my editor just got I almost forgot to send it. My editor was just getting a hold of me. I'll get back a hold of him in a second. So Rust Belt is almost being finished at this point. So my editor's got like this page that he just did. Like he's got a few things. My editor, my artist, and my good friend. Seriously, this guy's probably my best friend outside my wife. But he's doing this amazing job on my book and getting it to the point where, like, honestly, I think it's gorgeous. I can't wait to see it finished, but that'll be soon. We'll do some videos for that too when it gets I get my when I get my author proof. I have a hard time using books that aren't physical, even my own. Oh, crazy! I never noticed that. I thought they were actually balls in his hand. They're not. That is wild. Um, yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So like, I'm waiting for the author's proof before I start recording games, so I can correct myself on the rules if I need to. Because I'll be honest, I'm going to need to. Well, it's even beta testing it, or alpha testing it, and beta testing it. Like when I was alpha testing it. Oh yeah, I thought those were armor. Well, they're armor now. I didn't realize his legs were bare. It's kind of cool though. But yeah, when I was doing the alpha test, I had to print off multiple copies or reprint them because I would forget something. I would have to retest because I'd forget something. And there's some rules that were actually removed because I forgot them so much. So it's like, oh, they're not playing a part in the game. So I would remove them and forget I removed them. So then when I would go test the next thing, and I was like, oh, hey, okay, well, let's do this mission. Because, like, what I did is I tried to do a bunch of combinations of, like, the player units. And I tried to do a bunch of combinations of the missions and stuff. The whole process was fun. Like, I hope when Rust Belt comes out, y'all love it because I love it. Is it a masterpiece? I never think anything I do is a masterpiece, so that's a loaded question. Oh no, I didn't do her yet. You could tell what time it is in the morning because I hear the farmers. The farmers got their tractors out doing the I don't know if you can see this. I'm sorry, this is a very bad. But here in a second, I will actually probably end up switching to natural light somewhat. I know I got these giant like blackout curtains out here. I do that because of the 3D printer, but let me switch this light around again. We got a little bit of a halo on the light, but I'm not going to get much better today. Let me open the door though. Things will start getting better here in a second. Yeah, I should probably be doing these during the day. I'm noticing that a lot of my issues I'm having right now is because I'm doing them late at night, which I'm a night person. Yeah, I gotta move that light. I can't see crap. We gotta move it back to my chest area. Oh, wait. There we go. So I was trying to do something on Volgar, and the light I had, or where I had the light, just wasn't working for it. Hell, what I'm having right now is kind of blinding me. It's cool. I just realized I painted metallics onto a boot. That's what I'm talking about. Hee 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 hee. Don't mind me, I am goofy. Yoke. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so all I have to say is enjoy your hobbies. Enjoy what you do. I probably said that last video too. But you know what? It's good advice. These are supposed to be fun things we do to entertain ourselves, to, make the tedium of the day that much easier. And you know what? If that's what's doing for you, that's perfect. If not, ask yourself why. Seriously. Look at yourself, say, why am I not enjoying my hobby? Why is my hobby distressing me? Look at your relationship with your hobby. That was a mistake. We'll repaint that inside of the shield here in a second. Oh, I never did the bone on his hammer. No. Or the light brown on the hammer. I was doing the bone process, but not completing it. But yeah, enjoy what you do. Enjoy your hobby. Let it find peace in you and let you find peace in it. And when you're planning out where paint is going, remember this. If you're wearing metal armor and their handle is metal, it's going to be metal on metal. Yeah, I can make that work. I say now. And last lady for this. I am, again, sorry if this light is not the ideal lighting for today. But, as I said, it's a conversation. And also, I'm still learning how to do this. Hope you guys are having fun, though. At the very least. Because I am. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't do a video tonight because if I do, I'm going to get involved. It's going to be like 2 in the morning or 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I have to be up to do groceries. And it's like, nah, that won't happen. That won't happen. Guess what? This video probably won't be uploaded until 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I actually might have to do the editing to this video later on. Because of having to go shop for groceries. We need to get the blowing thing. This is kind of my redneck habit. I blow on the paint to get it away from the cracks and details. I'll take like a dry brush and like spread it out a little bit. Or dried brush and spread out a little bit. That's just a habit I got into. I don't know if do any of y'all actually do that other than me? I'm asking for a friend. I mean, what? I am that friend. Um, do any of y'all have that habit where when you're painting, you blow on the paint to get like spread out some? Is that just a me thing, a meism? Because I've been doing that for years. Like that's been my go-to tactic. I do it with resin too. Like I'll print something with resin when I'm cleaning it. I always give it a good blow off because then it like takes off the extra resin off. That the the washing wasn't getting off, or like I didn't get to, or if I can't get right on the wash. Jeez, I took them on her boot. Damn it. No! I didn't even know if I got some on her boot. I am liking how they're turning out though. But I'll be completely honest. I'm giving a lot of it to the model maker. Like I think these models are really easy to paint. They got details. They got gorgeous detail. Or like show you, like so far, this is Volgar. I think Volgar is going to be my favorite when he's done. This is Volgar so far. Is he done? No. I got a lot of touching up to do still. But like he's looking fucking awesome. A part of my language. Holy crap. Um, but yeah, like I think these models have a lot of cool details. And I think they're really worth it. So if you're not familiar with Artisan Guild does these really cool models online. Like their STLs, you can download them from my mini factory from Artisan Guild's website. Not sponsored. I just really like their models. I really think they're cool. I think they're some of the coolest models out there. But did I really? Oh, I didn't get out of the middle. Shoot. But that being said, on my normal list of compliments for them, and usually I have a long list of compliments for them, I want to add on there, they paint easily. You know, like, yeah, there's a lot of detail, a lot. But in the end, honestly, the details all make sense. They're easy to understand, easy to read. Yeah, I'm missing like spots, but that's because I'm using like this. That's because that's just my skill level. You know, I gotta go and touch up. One of the things I do have to say, if you really want to upgrade your skill as a painter, stop using black for your base coat. Unless if it like really, really calls for it. The reason why is uh black primer is a crutch. You're going to have some troubles in the beginning. You're going to have to really learn. But yeah, black primer is very much a crutch. Right, we're going to try to fix my mistake here. It's either going to turn out really cool or really not. Oh, that actually looks really, really cool. So, what I did, because I accidentally painted his, I thought his legs had armor on them. As I said right after I talked about how easy these are to read. I painted them with the blue. Over the metallic, I think that looks cool. Wise man once said, happy little accidents. I want to get some more metal on him. So this is my usual process too. Like, I'll go from paint to paint, back and forth. Usually I'll use one of these cheese wheel boxes until I cannot physically use paint on them anymore. See, and unfortunately, because when I got these, I lived in Minnesota. I was working in the cheese department. Now that I'm living in Wisconsin, do you know how hard it is to get French cheese? Even the Americanized French cheese that we get because of our laws. is very hard. So, like, I don't know a place around me that has fromage step noir, which is what these, or what this is from. The top of fromage step noir box. And, like, one of my favorite cheeses. Hardcore, one of my favorite cheeses. But there's not a place out here I'm going to be able to get because, you know, Wisconsin has quite a bit of pride in their cheese. That's kind of what their claim to fame is when it comes to stateside. So, oops, that is not what I want to do. That is a full brush that I haven't washed or rinsed. So, like, when it comes down to it, I'm like, oh, I'm using this one. And, like, the one I had before this, or the one I was using before this, had about an inch thick layer of paint. Like, literally an inch thick. Oops, don't take the lid off. Sorry, this paint was, woo! Where on here is cleared right now. So now we're to the last part of the bone. And the first part of the hair. I like how they've all kind of rotated who's first. Now, are these going to be perfect? Nah. Will they work for what I want? Oh, yeah. I think I already said that twice. You can hear the early morning traffic out there. I don't know if you guys can. Starting with the door open. There we go. You know what? Oh, that was nice try. I like it. Oh, nope. Brr. The white went on the wrong part. There we go. I'm going to have to touch up the wood on that one. That's fine. I was pressing the brush a little too hard for a dry brush. Ooh, I like how he's turning out. Give me a little more silver on this. I missed this spot. Oops, that was a little heavy. There we go. Now we gotta come up with a color for the base. And if you've stuck around this long, A, you are legend. But B, thank you. This turn out right. But yeah, we gotta determine. I always like to ring the bases at the end with a single color, and I'll do it for the whole project. So whatever at the end used to be just black, but now I do it based on, you know, what the project is and how I want the project to be presented. You know, we got a few more steps still. Like I gotta do some touching up on the cape, for instance. That's I just noticed as I threw my brush into the paint. My wife is going to really be worried about how my hands look. Yeah, we got a little bit of touching up in here. There we go. I know it's a little hard to see on the camera right now, but you can see where I'm at so far. Hopefully. He's coming along. But yeah, we always choose a color for the project. So like this, we're going to choose a color for the bases that at least the Dragar are going to have, or the Dragar are going to have. But I do it for every project too. I have somewhere I use green. A lot of times I use black. I've had somewhere because of the nature of the project it was white. So I was doing a whole snowy set. We got a little ways to go still before we're there. There we go. What's silly about this model is his chaos spikes and his horns would make it almost impossible for him to turn his head. How they set it up on the model. Because like a horn is earlocked with one of the chaos spikes. I just thought that was hilarious. I like how the back of the shield has been every color just about. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I didn't take it off. Cool. I think that's the messiest part about this model is I haven't been able to figure out the shield yet. Or the back of the shield. Maybe. I gotta get better though. There we go. Because he's got that metal gauntlet. So the shield was looking. I was watching out the gauntlet. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this to do it. Ah, I did it again. They're going to have to go over the wood again with the red. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, there's definitely areas I have to go over with red on there. He actually turned out really cool. I think he was my favorite. I'm trying to limit how much ink washing I'm doing. No! Poop, 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 poop. But I'm going to have to do some. There we go. Sorry, I just got quiet. So show you how Volgar's coming along. You'll be able to see where I have to touch up with the red and whatnot. I'll probably use red on the handle too. But yeah, he's coming along nice. I had a few plans I could have done for the undead, like look for them. But I think this is what I want to do the most. And I'm really happy I did. Because I like how it's turning out, honestly. We're going to have to use some known oil. I am sorry for using the known oil. And the back of her shield too. I mean, I will be doing a different color on the inside of her shield. I have an idea for that. I just don't know if I want to do it for Volgar's. This will all come together in the very end. Watch. You'll see what I mean. Oh, almost forgot her hair. She's a little too dead to have flaxen hair. There we go. And we'll even do the fletching on the arrows with this color. Because I forgot to completely do the fletching. There we go. Oh, her horns! How can I forget her horns? There we go. Rough them up a little bit. Just so they don't blend in with everything. What I'm going to do is when we get to the gold, because the next is gold, we're going to, actually, let's do gray next, and then we'll do gold. So what we're going to do is the inside of her shield is going to be gold, but I'm going to do it after I do the stonework. Oh wait, before I get to this, I want to touch up on the wood on Volgar because I need to touch up on his wood. I need to phrase it. Oh shoot! I was like, oh, this is the color I used here. No, it wasn't. I gotta read. I'll dry brush that brown in a second. So back in the day when I did this, I'd go over some of these like 10, 20, 30 times to re-add colors and re-layer. I would do the layers for each of the colored sections. Oh, yeah, did he have a section? Cauldron, no. Ooh, I do want to. Not saying this. I did not just double dip, I swear. There we go. I know, like, that's it. There's much better painters than me. But, yeah, he definitely beats it. No! But hopefully you all are enjoying yourself. Hopefully I was able to give you something to listen to when, you know, you're trying to relax or you're doing something or whatnot. That's kind of what I'm trying to be. It's just like someone you can relax to. Yeah, I really got into my project, I won't lie. Yeah, back in the day I used to if I had to go over an area, I'd go over and then I would reshade, I would you know, all that stuff. Good. Okay. I like how he's turning out. I like how they all are. You know what? No, I don't think that shield. I don't think I want that shield to have a gold background. Gold trim, yes. Like how the shields. Because, like, these models have such open shields, which is good, which is good. It's actually my wife's big complaint with Games Workshop models, is that she feels that the Games Workshop models close themselves off way too much, which causes it so, like, you get, like, a, my, that brush also wasn't clean. You get, like, that's where it's at. Sorry, part. So, like, you'll get a model where it has, like, all of this ultra hard detail, but then you're only seeing, like, 75% of the model. And, like, my wife hates that with a passion. So, like, she will talk about it. She'll be like, yeah, I don't like this. I don't want this. I don't want it. You know, which is fair. Like, I complain about that too. What the heck arm is this? That's not Games Workshop arm. I can tell you that. Um, but yeah, I complain about that too. All right, but like so this has like they have open poses for their shields and their weapons and stuff, which is great. Like it really is. But it also means I have to worry about those because remember, if the light hits the area, people will see it. If the light doesn't hit the area, people won't. It's advice someone gave me years ago that has saved me so much headache when painting. Oops, too much. If you're painting for tabletop, you're not seeing them up close. So if you see a detail that annoys you when you look at it with your face way all up in there, remember, you're actually not going to be seeing that when you sit down at the table. Neither is your opponent. That like small mistake you make, like on the underarm, where it has one speck of paint off, just in one tiny spot, you're not going to see that because you got to remember, you're about this far away from you, you know? And too many people worry about, like, oh, but I miss this, I miss this. Like, first, unless you're trying to be a golden demon winner, unless you're trying to win, like, competitions and stuff, um, paint for yourself. Yeah, if you want to strive to get better, strive to get better. But if you like where you're at, stay where you're at, Paint for yourself because it's your hobby. It's your whole thing. If you want to improve, improve. I work towards improving. That's on you too, you know? No one can improve for you, no one can tell you to improve. Now, why are you painting the model? It's for you, right? Or is it for a competition? Is it for sale? That's all going to determine what level you have to have your models painted at. Me? Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of showmanship with it, but in all honesty, outside of like painting these up on video and maybe playing games, they're just my models. They're models I'm using for myself. And I like that. So the model doesn't look 100% perfect. I'm not worried about it because you know why? In the end, I'm the only one who can criticize me on it. In the end, as long as I tried, that's all that matters. As long as I had fun, as long as I got out of it what I wanted to, which I am. This guy is so pretty. I really like this guy. Once we get the ink wash on, he's going to look great. So I gotta think of a color for all my dwarfs. All my dwarfs will have this color for the ring on the base. Maybe even all my gnomes. It has to be something that's easily uniform. So I was going to say gold, but I don't think I can get the gold that uniform. Maybe I can. We'll try. Let's do gold. I didn't know it's a skull down the base, so we'll have to paint that. Let's get some color for some texture on here. I won't lie, it's getting a little late, and I'm starting to feel sick because of that, because I need sleep. But we're finishing this tonight. And we're almost done. We are actually really close to being done. I will try to get this out on Thursday. I'm going to try to get at least one model video out a day. I'm not guaranteed. The actual release days are going to be Wednesdays and Saturdays. But I'm going to try my hardest to get videos out on as much as possible for this. One, I'm enjoying this. Two, yeah, we gotta add one more color back here. There we go. That's the final color we needed. Nice gray coat. How many colors this shield's back has gone through, but we got it to work. Now we just need one more color and we are done with, or not one more, two more colors, and we are done and ready to bake. So first color up is gold. We only got a little bit of gold to put on. Just a little bit. And I'm really nervous to put it on because, like, my hand's not steady right now, so we are going to try. Then our paint. First a bubble. Sorry. Oh, we got a few more colors. I forgot something I was going to do. Don't know what is with the shield. Cannot not hit that spot. So I had a cool idea for like the weaponry. And this is kind of where I'm going to go with this. I have interface where it's blue, or I have this what's called it's called like Darth blue, where it's one of those metallic color shifts, which the evil force didn't work. I love this model. I actually really love this model. I think this is my favorite dwarf I've ever painted. If you guys can see, or so you guys can see, hold on. This guy's just turning out cool. We got just a little more detail on him. He'll be done, but yeah. Alright. Get that gold off for now. Now the part that I've been waiting for. Find a spot on here. We're going to get another one of those speed paints, right? We're going to do the purple now. Now the areas where I have the red, some of the paint, because of the size of the models, when I taped them up, some of the paint did get into the tape. So I figured, instead of painting them red and just have flat red versus not flat red, what I wanted to do is bleed in some of the speed paint, like purple speed paint, to go against the red, or the red of the resin. Like a spooky color. Yeah. So we got this lilac speed paint. I've used it for ghosts in the past. But I figured it'd be really cool for the special effects. Now Vraka doesn't have it. So our Dwarf Lich has it. Volgar, our Death Knight, has it. But Vraka has none of that. So, but what we could do, she has a wrap on her axe that we haven't colored yet. You're going to see a little bit of the problem here with these paints. They don't like to go over, you know what, that's not working. We'll use this. It just was not set. Because there was some of the blue on there. And I completely freaking missed. Alright. So now we're down to the last few things. I know this video is long. We're probably 2 hours in right now. I won't lie. Actually, let's check. Let's see where we're at. We are 2 hours into the video. I hope y'all have enjoyed yourself. We're going to start adding an effect. And I wanted to either do... That's metallic. Where is it? I know I brought you out. Either this dark blue, which is a purple to blue color change or color shift, or this blue interface. So the blue interface will change metallic or add a metallic sheen that is blue. Now let's do the interface or the color shift. I want to give this color shift another go. I need to pull punch holes in all my bottles, it seems today. Oh, all over, all over. I made a mess. This table has so much paint on it from past mistakes, so I'm not too worried about, but man, hope I didn't get on my pants. Let's see. So a little bit of dark blue. We don't, oh, we need more than we need. No. So I've had success sometimes with this paint, and I've had failure. Oh, shoot. Before I do the dark blue, where is this? There we go. We're going to first use some known oil. Cover certain areas with known oil. I almost forgot that step first. So, be enough known oil. So we're going to get our known oil in here. Sorry. Again, we'll be learning how to do these better in the future. This is just kind of our first couple tries with the new setup and everything. Now, if you're against known oil, I'm sorry, but I don't empathize with you on that. Like, my whole theory is, again, if you're not doing, if you're not doing like golden demon stuff, and you're just not using known oil because, you know, it's cheating. Why? Why do you think that? Why is it cheating? No. Why does it have to be cheating? See, we used to get like ink washes and stuff all the time. Like before known oil, like I used the old school ink washes, man. Ones that stank, like, oh man, you opened that, you knew you opened ink wash. Like you could smell from the other room. And like, so like when I got the new stuff, like known oil and stuff, I was so pleased with how easy it was to use. And I followed it for a while. I was like, oh no, I mix my own, I do that, you know. Like, because like so many people were against like known oil when I got back in the hobby. And we are talking about this is back when the AOS first started. Like I had been out of the hobby for a few years. Actually, a roommate of mine is the reason I don't have my old like Warhammer Fantasy armies or all that kind of stuff. But I got out for a while. Long story, maybe a different time. It's not for now. But like the when I got back in, people were fighting over known oil, like discussing the problems with it. And if you use known oil, you weren't a real hobbyist. Screw that. Like, don't listen to people who tell you you're not a real hobbyist because you use a type of paint or use this or that. Don't let people dictate your hobbies. Unless you're being a complete butt. Like, I'm going to be honest, if you're being a complete butt, that advice does not apply to you. But for some reason, like, I won't consider you using known oil as being a complete butt. Or you using a tool that makes your hobby easier, Like, because we're doing this not for the glory of the Empire. We're doing this for our own fun. We're doing this for but I want a little darker on the edges of his cloak. Like, I want him to feel wet. That could have been worded much better. I am sorry, guys. Oh God. Yeah. Woo, I like how he turned out. It will get a better camera angle on all of this here in a second. But yeah, if you're, don't let someone be like, oh, you're doing this, you're not a real painter, or you're not a real hobbyist for doing this, Especially if they're telling you what color to do your models, man. Never trust someone who says, oh, your admech are the wrong color because they're blue. There's a story behind that one. I will get into a different time. But never complain about that. Because you know why? That person who painted their admech blue found out about Deimos and really liked their story. There is a chapter of, or not chapter, Forge World that has blue cloaks. But not just that, that person may have been the first army and they were painting it and really loved the army in blue instead of red, because everything in Warhammer has red and gold and black. But that's a story I could tell another day about when my wife first got into the hobby. Because she had a disparaging moment where a person made her feel bad for painting her admech blue. And my wife is the sweetest, kindest person ever. Some of that gold came off. Oh well. So the quality of the models today range from, oh my goodness, he looks awesome, to, she looks okay, she's table ready. Alright, we got one more color before the end of this. I'll really quickly do a rundown, show you guys where we're at. But I want to add the blue sparklies to them. So first off, thank you for pointing out me this song. We got Volgar. See if I can angle this so we can see the models I'm showing you guys. We got Volgar here. This light is being a pain. I just got paint on my hand. I love how he turned out. He's probably my favorite of the three. I think he just looks cool. Then, I can't remember this guy's name, the Dwarf Lich. I want him to look really wet in his composition, but yeah, I like how he turned out. And then Vraka, I don't know. She didn't turn out horrible, but I don't think she's the best out of the three. I think there's a lot I have to learn about this doing fleshy people. But yeah, so all we have left to do is I want to add a little bit of sparkly effect to their weapons. To make it look icy. That actually went on well. Oh, that looks really cool. I'll show you guys in a second. I had an area I forgot to go over on his stuff with putting a little bit on the rocks under him. There we go. And then him. I do have to say, on top of that purple, you can really see the effect. I don't know if this will read for you guys, but we're going to let that dry while we do the final base. So we said gold for our drawers, right? So I'm going to just take a big brush, not even going to, or try not to thin it too much. We said, let's do the brown. That gold wasn't coming well enough. And I set him in paint. It is late, guys. Oh, you know what? That makes good. I always do a nice thick layer of this. Edging the base is more just so like it has a uniformity on the table. So I never thinned the edge. I never worry about like if it goes over a little bit, I feel it just makes it a little more cinematic in the hobby feel. It feels more storybook to me when that happens, but like the idea is so when you sit there and sit at the table, you can see where the edge of the base is. And like a lot of times you also like you have to designate the model or something. Then you have that. So now that these three are done, let's bring them over here. And we'll bring not the camera, the light over here so we can see. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have a better system for this. Yeah. So first off, Raka. She turned out okay. The Lich. I think the Lich turned out pretty decent. There's some spots where the paint bled, like right there on his base. But other than that, like he'll look good on the table. And this guy, I'm actually a little proud of. Volgar, I think, just portrays. I missed a little spot with him, but he portrays what he's supposed to, you know? So we're going to grab that little spot that I missed. Really quick, I forgot to put some known oil on Volgar's metallic area of his belt. There we go. And there we go. And I just grabbed wet paint. That's my sign that I should be finishing up. So the details are there. We had our fun. And we will gather next time. And I will be painting the Goldvein team next time. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. This video has gone on way long enough. I will see you all there. Love you all. Bye.